So if you're an Arctic Monkeys fan and you want to know the story behind what you see on stage, this is
this is kind of what was happening with us from within the band. I think it looks a lot more glamorous than it actually is, and I think this book is actually a bit more revealing than you'd think.
Hello and welcome to this week's version of That Boxing Show with me, Johnny Nelson. Now, this guest, you might be familiar with him. It's the brains of the bunch, Andy Nicholson. He's got his own book out. He's got his own exhibition coming up. It's a book launch. I'm talking about his book and the pictures behind the book. You know when you say a picture tells 1,000 stories? This is what that book's about. The early days of the Arctic Monkeys when in America and Japan on tour everywhere, being in Times Square and all that sort of stuff. Even meeting like someone in the streets, putting his CD on the side of his guitar while they're playing on The Late Show. When he told me that, I'm like, really? It was interesting. It was just an interesting look into a world that we'd never ever experienced. Very, very few people get to such heights. And Andy has the blessing of all the band with this because he has these private, which are no longer private, pictures that tell a story of the life with the Arctic Monkeys. The exhibition is out now. The book is available now. But just listen. It'll make you smile. We're talking Andy's book. He's trying to get the information out of me. It's like trying to get blood out of a stone, so I'm not going to leave you alone. Talk to me about this book.
All right, look at this. Big reveal.
One he had earlier.
Here's one I made earlier. So this is a book. Have a look at one if you want. So there's a standard version and a deluxe 20th anniversary edition. So 20 years since first Monkeys came out, Monkeys album. So these are photos that I've taken between 2005 and 2007, like when I was in the band, touring, recording, and just things like that, really, like little experiences and things that we did, places we went. Do you know what I mean?
So if you're an Arctic Monkeys fan and you want to know the story behind what you see on stage, this is
kind of what was happening with us from within the band at that time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people know the story of seeing this band come out, do well, do whatever we ended up doing. But this is what it was like from being inside the band, looking at, like, as you know, like training, the footage of you training and things like that. Imagine if you'd had a camera while you were training and while you were doing your fights and traveling and documenting it all. That's kind of what I've done here. But
over what period is this?
So this is 2005 to 2007. So this is just after, a little bit before, just after recording the first album and then touring it in Japan, America, like around the world a couple of times.
I feel every picture tells a real story, if you know the story. And I spent a lot of time in Germany, and I don't know why, there's a picture in there, and so I think someone's handing you a cup of tea. I don't know what it is. I mentioned it to you before, and I don't know why, but I think it's Germany. I think you're in Germany, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's so much happening in all the pictures. It's amazing. I'm so glad I kind of documented it without even thinking about it, like, because the photos I used were like little nanan shooters, I call them. Do you know what I mean? A little digital, like you can just keep it in your pocket, take it anywhere. So I just had those cameras with me all the time, and I grew up in a family where we had photography in the family, and we're both into photography, me and my brother, so we would just carry cameras everywhere we went and document these. And I don't ever remember thinking, I'm going to make a book or I'm going to do anything with these photos, but I was just kind of documenting the moment as it was happening where we were, just me and my mates. Do you know what I mean? It weren't ever anything other than it, but then maybe 10, 15 years ago, I found this hard drive just full of thousands and thousands of these photos, and I thought, it'd be cool if I did a book. This is like 10 years ago now, and then I'm thinking, I'll do it, and then I didn't get round to it. I'll do it, and started it, didn't get round to it, and then maybe 5 years ago, I'm thinking, if I aim for 20th anniversary, give myself 5 more years to do it and get it looking nice, get it all done, and get it ready to release then. So it's coming out like pretty much. You're that
guy, aren't you? You're that guy.
Really.
A bunch of my mates, we all go out, and there's one guy that's got a camera, and we're like, Tony. And he's like, he's always taking pictures. Like, what are you doing? You know, and you're pulling him, enjoying the night.
No, I'm there. I'm enjoying it, and I'm in the room, but just these cameras, it were never even really a thought, and I never saw myself as a photographer or anything. I'd just be like, all right, me and my mates were in Japan. Take some photos, take my camera everywhere with me, collect these photos and do that, and then the band ended up happening how it happened, and on reflection, I've got all these photos I can look back on, like a photo album of the time.
Have you got the blessing of the current band members?
Yeah. Everyone's seen it. Everyone's got a copy of this. There's 4 copies of this particular one in the world, and the other 3 have got them, and I've got this one. So there's like, these are the only 2 right now until the rest get printed and distributed. But this is going to be coming out end of November. Going to announce it. Well, I'll announce it by the time this comes out. And
you've got an exhibition coming. So,
well remembered. So to kind of promote the book, I'm going to do an exhibition in Sheffield on the 22nd, 23rd of November at Sheffield Yorkshire Art Space. So that's going to be photos from here blown up and big, and other things there, guitars and little bits that I had that have been from my journey from doing that. We're going to put on display to kind of promote the book. And the 22nd, 23rd of November is going to be free for people. Got to go to the website, which is IamAndyNicholson.com.
Not gold teeth.
Not gold teeth, no, not yet. But go on there, you can book a slot. There's going to be over those 2 days, going to be free entry. Want families to come, want people to come, bring the kids. You know what I mean? It's going to be some family stuff there, and try and get people involved, try and have some books for sale there.
Because the Arctic Monkeys are like Sheffield's baby. You know, there's a big affinity to them. What inspired you to do this? How did it come about?
To do the book?
Yeah.
Mainly just having the photos and just finding those photos and thinking, oh, imagine if one day there was just something that we could look through that could just tell the story a bit as well, but also from the point of view of someone who was doing it. It's not our friend who was traveling with us. It's not a parent. It's not a stranger. It's someone who was. I was on stage and I was taking the photos.
You've got access to more than any paid photographer would.
Yeah,
because you're in the room.
I'm there anyway. I'm doing the gig, so I can take my camera everywhere I go. I've got access to absolutely everything to do with this band because I'm in the band. It's not as if like I say, a friend or a photographer is following us around and we've got, give us 2 minutes while we do this. It's like, I'm in there with the 2 minutes taking the photos.
Give me a story.
So from, in the 20th anniversary book.
Take a picture and give me a story on the picture.
All right, so there's a photo in the limited edition, deluxe 20th one, a photo of when we played Saturday Night Live, which is, I don't even know what the building's called, but New York, Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night
Live, like at 19 years old, 4 19-year-olds not caring at all that they're on Saturday Night Live, not being bothered or fazed at all. We're just there playing his instruments, having a laugh, playing some songs, saying, oh, they really want us to play this song. Yeah, but what they're going to do if we just start a different song? They're not going to stop us, it's live.
Rebellious.
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing that. The night before the recording, I'm in Times Square, and just walking through Times Square, you know, soaking it up, and this guy comes up to me, shotting his CD, shotting his rap CD, and he's like, get talking to him, and he's like, oh, you're not from around here, what you were doing? I said, oh, we're playing Saturday Night Live tomorrow. You're like, get out of here, you're not playing Saturday Night Live. You're not playing Saturday Night Live. I was like, trust me, we're playing it. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll buy a CD, I'll give him $5, bought his CD, and I said to him, I'm going to stick it on the back of my guitar amp tomorrow night on Saturday Night Live. So I stuck it on my guitar amp. I said, you watch Saturday Night Live tomorrow, and I bet you I'm on there, and then I'll put your CD on my amp so people can see it. I don't know if you ever watched it, but I did do it. So cue to the footage of that, and hopefully Gary can zoom in and see the CD. But and then the story like that, I wish I would have just said, oh yeah, and that guy grew up to be 50 Cent.
I was going to say,
that would have been the best ending to that. So yeah, it was Jay-Z. No, it weren't Jay-Z, but it was so that was like one of the stories from the book. And
I want to say a big thanks to our sponsors BetGoodwin for supporting that boxing show. Now, if you're interested in having a little flutter, or as I call it after my dad, Benji's Bets, BetGoodwin's the place to be. Check out BetGoodwin using the QR code on the screen. Bet £20 on boxing, get a £20 free bet with BetGoodwin. Minimum qualifying odds apply. Free bet expires within 7 days. UK and Irish customers only. 18 or over. Gambleaware.org. Full T&Cs apply. What was it like being on tour? Because you're away from home a lot. I'm a homeboy.
Yeah,
you know, in my job, they keep saying, move down to London. I'm like, I'm a proper tight off Yorkshire boy.
We were never under any pressure to move or anything like that, but I like being in Sheffield. I like being around my family. I like spending time and working with my family. Obviously there we were working and abroad and things, and living it up and loving it.
Did you like touring?
I enjoy touring. I quite enjoy touring. It gets quite repetitive after a bit. You end up like, what city am I in? Do you know what I mean? You'll wake up on your tour bus in a city, you'll get off, you'll have a shower, you'll sound check, you'll do a gig, you'll get back on bus and wake up in a different city. Do you know what I mean? You're doing that for 2 weeks. It's like, where am I? I'm not sure where I am, but no, it was all good. And
what was your most favourite place you toured?
Favourite place?
Or would you actually know, because it looks as more glamorous than what it is, because basically you're getting there, performing, moving on again.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot more glamorous than it actually is, and I think this book is actually a bit more revealing than you'd think. I think people think it's all, like you say, all glamorous. Trust me, we're in here on a European tour eating ham and cheese. Do you know what I mean? Drinking warm water, warm beers. It wasn't like luxurious lifestyle. It was like just cracking on and dealing with it and getting on with it, really. It wasn't this luxurious lifestyle. And I think people can see that in this book.
Did you ever go on tour, while you're on tour, did you ever go and visit somewhere and you were proper treated like kings, like put in a posh hotel?
Not so much like that, but I mean, when we went to Japan, they'd really looked after us in Japan, like.
When you say really looked after you, how?
Just kind of like.
Chauffeur-driven cars?
Yeah, interpreter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, security guard, and no, I don't know what.
And so how did you manage to not let that go to your head?
Because we were 19. I feel like being 19 and just hanging around with your mates and not really giving a shit. We didn't really care about. I said we didn't care about the success we were having. We cared, but it wasn't the goal. The goal was like, yo, look, there's just me and three of my mates, like playing gigs all over the world. Like, what more do you want? And then these albums are selling what they're selling and things like that, and the whole thing's getting elevated. But really, at the core of it, at the centre of it, there's just these 4 teenage lads.
So you look at those teenage lads, which are now men now. Do you think they're still the same? Do you think it's affected them at all? Do you think they've been swayed, impressed, or hoodwinked by the attention? And
I don't think so. I think everyone's managed to remain quite humble about it all, like. Maybe shying away from a bit more public eye and keeping their lives a little bit more private, which you've kind of got to do at a certain point, because you want to separate your private life from your public life. Do you know what I mean? I think you've got to be careful while you're doing that. But other than that, I think everyone's still the same as when I met them at school.
I suppose one of the pitfalls of getting to such kind of level is keeping your feet on the ground, keeping it real.
Yeah, and that's the people you keep round you as well, I think. If you've got people blowing smoke up your arse all day, it's gonna eventually catch up with you, innit? But my people tell me to shut the fuck up, or you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no one treating me any different than they treat anybody else.
I tell you how iconic it is, your music is. Dalton Smith.
Yeah.
There was a fight, and I'm thinking, there's somebody that comes out to their tracks, and I can't remember who it was. And then it's Dalton.
Dalton Smith, yeah. He comes out to When the Sun Goes Down. I think he always has. Does he always has, Rob? Yeah. Yeah, he always has. So that's beautiful to see. I love it. But I like to get onto that, like the entrance music. To have your music played as someone as entrance music is amazing. And like, I want to talk to you about what was your entrance music as well. Like, did you have something that was like, let me get the crowd ready, let me get me ready? Was it a moment to like, right, this is going to get me pumped up and ready for this, or is it going to calm me down? Or obviously this song is doing something for him because he's regularly using it and he's doing well, and I'm not saying it's down to the song, but everything plays a part.
You look around and you remember iconic songs that were attached to fighters. Nas was Hot Stepper. Nigel Ben, Dangerous, bad track. You can keep picking them through, going through, and once you've affiliated yourself with a track that really... Kel,
All of the Lights.
All the Lights, bad. And you wouldn't have put... When he first went with it, I'm like, what are you doing, Kel? But then I thought, every time I hear that track, I think of Kel. So it's synonymous, and he didn't chop and change.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see the relationship between music and sport as well. I feel like there is a close energy with them all, because they take discipline. Like, obviously, it's a bit more physical with the sport, but like, it takes discipline to learn the instrument or to learn the technique, do you know what I mean? And discipline to continue to do it and progress, and the faith in yourself. So it's nice that they can run alongside like that, and also when they bleed into each other, it's nice. Like Crawford got walked out by Eminem. Ben Whittaker had the orchestra playing his songs.
Oh, which unbelievable. If you'd have seen the when they were rehearsing, it was just on a different
Even
level.
for that same fact, the Liam Cameron walkout was Red Wine by UB40 in Birmingham, and the reception he got was like I was saying to him, it's like that was his gig for that reception. I think the music can do such a lot for your entrance.
Stormzy, he just blew up when he came out with AJ. He just blew up.
Yeah.
And maybe because I'm old, but I didn't know who he was until then. And after that, you're like, this guy's on it.
Yeah.
So I suppose the affinity with music and sport, especially if it's an individual sportsman, could really lift both the musician and the sportsman.
Yeah, definitely.
And revitalise music.
Yeah.
Because you could pick a tune that was made 20 years ago.
Exactly, and then it starts popping off again because you're using it all. But also, what did you come out to?
When I boxed the world title, it was Home Alone. I can't remember who the artist was. And then my last fight was Jamaica Funk.
What made you pick those songs?
I picked Jamaica Funk because we were out. It was Italy, in Rome. I was boxing, in Rome, and I took probably about 50 people out, and Italy can be a bit hostile, and you expect that wherever you go in the world, they'll be hostile if you're black, white, whatever. But I know Italy could be very hostile. So my boys that came out is like they're probably 80-20 black. So I thought, and these guys, I can remember being in my hotel and hearing them all going out at night time, and I'm sitting in my room thinking, damn it, I wish I could go out with them. Then it came to the fight, and I knew this track, every time it came on in a club, it got everybody bouncing. So I thought, I've got to aggravate the Italians and my opponent, because in boxing, that's what you've got to do. If you're going to make somebody mad, and if they're mad,
you've got to get the edge.
You've got to get the edge. If they're mad, they're not thinking, they just want to smash you up. So, and the track Jamaica Funk came out, and there's boom, 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 and you see the crowd going up and down, all my crew in the corner, and the Italians are like, because they were all patriotic, and all my boys are jumping up and down, dancing to music, and I'm laughing in the back thinking, got him. And then I came out and I was dancing to the track, singing, look cool. Give me goosebumps now, look cool. And I knew they'd got to them already because they were dancing, laughing, enjoying themselves. I came out smiling, laughing and everything. And then I can remember getting in the ring, and my opponent's in the corner, and he was Bex. And I dropped down into the box splits. Dropped down into the box splits, and you can see him thinking, oh, what the fuck? Drop that, and then I'm thinking, shit, I better be able to get back up again. Got back up again. And I can remember somebody running to ringside and throwing something at me. It was a bottle. The bottle bounced on the ropes, water bust up, because we incensed them that much. So in a way, it's kind of game playing. It's part of the game. I won the fight, I won the fight, but it was a good fight. And
how did the fight go?
It was my last fight. I boxed Vincenzo Cantatore, and he was this guy. They thought he'd be the world champion. I'm like, I'm world champion. Never going to be. I'm going to retire as world champion. He was tough.
So that was your last fight?
That was my last fight. And I don't know why, but when I went out, I can remember saying, it was the first time when I walked out, I thought, I love my sport. I'd never said that before. In all the fights I'd had, I thought, I love this. Everything's right. But the track made a difference.
It makes a huge
The energy
difference.
made a difference. The crowd, you knew it separated them like Moses separated water, good and bad. And it was just, and that's why I know you get the right track, it's on it. And that's why when I see Dalton come out, and I think, I know exactly what you're doing here. You know, it makes a difference. You bring the gym to the public arena.
And he's repping where he's from as well, obviously Sheffield connection and things like that.
All over the world. That's what I'm saying. When he does that, when he boxes, and he can be in London, he could be abroad, if he's repping his own town, I'm telling you, it's really comforting. It's a different kind of feeling. People don't get it. If you're in a team sport, maybe it's not as effective. But if you're an individual taking it away, like Kel, if you're taking it away, you just like it's a bit of comfort.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. No, I love it. I love it. The ring walks. I always think about ring walks. One day, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. Joe Essex, what's your back?
Oh no, he's been quiet.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna stoke that fire.
Yeah.